Hello, my name is Linda Morris, and I am happy to be here from St. Petersburg, Florida. And I'm talking about one of my most passionate things in my life, and that is this amazing company called Nikken. And they actually changed my life. It's been 20 years ago. This month is when I started working with Nikken and sharing the amazing products that were life changing for me. And that's what I'm going to do today. So I am just a consultant. I'm a self-care consultant with Nikken. And, I'm going to share my story. I have a couple friends that are come on and share their story and what they've experienced. So today, as you're watching this, I just invite you to open your mind to something new that you may not have heard of before. In fact, there are different paradigms that we are introduced to and we need to pay attention to because I ran across this company and their products 3 times before I was willing to listen. So sometimes you have to hear things over and over again and be like, wow, well, you know what? That does make sense. And, our perceptions are based on what we know. And we were actually taught to be consumers of Western medicine, and that's been going on for over 100 years. But being consumers of our own self-care, taking care of our own, paying attention that we are in control of our own destiny and our own health. In fact, sometimes I ask people, well, on a scale of 10, how much are you responsible for your own health? Well, the answer should be 10, right? If it's not 10, well, who else should be in charge of your health? Yes, we have other people that help us and recommend things to us. They're more teachers, mentors, guides. But we are in charge of our own self-care. So I have this lovely PowerPoint that I'm just going to share a few thoughts on. And we look at compound effects and how these daily choices and habits do determine the quality of life. And we're either going up, we're going towards being that human being more, where we are energized and self-expressed and enjoying life and happy, or we are just staying where we are. We're kind of stuck and we're not really moving forward. We're not moving down, or we are making these small choices every day that has us going downhill. And sometimes it starts to pick up speed and we don't even realize it until we get to the bottom of that hill. And that is stressful. And the results do make an impact on our income, our health, our relationships, our happiness, and our success. So these small choices plus consistency plus time does equal radical differences. The world has changed. It's not changing back. It keeps changing every moment. It's just amazing how rapidly the world changes. Looking at stress and how many people experience stress, even children experience stress every day. It is a silent killer. It does impact heart disease, diabetes, fatigue, allergies, sleep, and your weight. 70% of Americans have sleep issues. One poor night's sleep drops your immune system by 60% immediately. Think about when you don't get a good night's sleep, you're tossing and turning, or for whatever reason you're up late, how you feel the next day, how impatient you might be with even the people you love, let alone strangers. Your brain is not as quick, you're not as alert, you are not as happy. If even just one night's sleep to drop your immune system 60%, that is amazing. Outdoor and indoor air pollution, 7 million premature deaths annually linked to air pollution, according to the World Health Organization. And this is interesting on water. 260 contaminants found in tap water. That's tap water. That sounds bad. But bottled water found to contain over 24,000 chemicals, including endocrine disruptors. That is just beyond too bad. It's just outrageous. And bottled water is expensive, and it's messing up the environment too. So there's all kinds of bad things that are linked to that. The new childhood in America. 1 out of 5 adolescents were obese in 2011, and nearly 30% of children aged between 2 and 11 were overweight. Inadequate consumption of essential nutrients have been seen to increase the risk of cardiovascular disease, cancer, and type 2 diabetes. Less than half of adolescents eat the needed amount of vegetables. Low-income families have lower levels of well-being due to limited resources, lack of access to healthier foods, high levels of stress, anxiety, and depression, greater exposure to marketing of obesity-promoting products, and limited access to health care. Only 27% of high school children report meeting the standard of U.S. Department of Health and Human Services guidelines for participation in physical activity. It's amazing how many children think that video games, that counts as physical activity. No, it doesn't. What is the answer? Humans being more. This is opposed to humans being less. It is about you being more. Be healthy by choice, not by chance. Choose active wellness. Choose self-care. An active process through which people become aware of and make choices toward a more successful existence. Nikken, enter Nikken. This is a research and development company, and they like to approach life holistically, taking it back to nature and what we were, how we were intended to live, how our bodies were intended to work, and how our bodies need a little assistance to get back into balance. But let's start first with looking at a life in balance. Having a healthy mind, healthy body, healthy family, healthy society, and healthy finances. Taking time to put energy into each of these areas of life every day, and having a goal and a mission of creating a balanced life. Not every day is going to be like that, but at least if you're aware of it, it's possible. So as I said, Nikken likes to have a holistic approach to this, and is by protecting our home from the inside out, really taking it and creating those healthy energies that we were given in nature, but inside, because there's so much that we don't get inside that is outside, where the sun is shining and the breeze is blowing. So Nikken has done a fabulous job of creating wellness products and technologies or self-care products that you just incorporate in your home and use them every day. It's very easy, simple, because if it's hard, nobody will do it. So they've made it very simple. They've simplified it. And it is about having healthy air to breathe, deep quality, rejuvenating sleep every night, so you're not hot or cold or achy or stiff. Water that hydrates every cell in your body fully recognizes, so it'll use all of it. Food. There's a lot of bad food out there, but there is some good food, and then there are some things we just need to supplement because it's just not happening unless you do. And full spectrum light. These are what we are talking about. And, it is about science that replicates nature. So kind of creating that greenhouse effect, but for your family and for yourself and for your body to rejuvenate and repair every day, like you would some beautiful orchid that you would put in a greenhouse. So Nikken provides you with our leading edge science-based products and technologies, helping people make sustainable changes that improve their lives. So I'm just going to do a little overview of this, and then I'm going to ask a couple friends for their help. Talking about nutrition and skincare. When you're looking at nutrition and skincare, we do need it. We need skincare. Skin is the largest organ of the body. Nutrition, our body lives off of food and nutrition. Every cell needs to be fed that nutrition. So when Nikken designed these lines, they looked at what they could create that is organic. So it doesn't have any of the chemicals and the toxic effects, anything unnatural. There's no GMOs. Your body is happy because, I don't have to fight off any more chemicals, right? So important. So our our skincare line, it's actually now from the sea. The world is 70% water, just like our bodies are 70% water, and there are marine botanicals. Our bodies need that healthy salt every day too. So they took some guidance from the sea when they created this new line, and it's a full body line of skincare, even shower gel. And like I said, none of the toxic 12 list, which you can Google that to see exactly what that is. But it's EcoCert Organic. That's the highest certification for organic body care products in the world. So the cleanser is really nice to use. The toner is amazing. We have the anti-aging eye cream, also the serum that you just use at night, only once a day at night, because it's when your body's repairing. When we have the moisturizer, we have the shower gel. and it comes in big bottles, and the pricing is really amazing. So if you are looking at Nikken for the first time today, whoever invited you to come, tell them, hey, I would like to be a free customer. I'd like my own free customer account. So that actually opens up your self-care portal. So you can go online, look and see what we have. And now talking about our nutrition line, all of our nutrition, if you actually create an AutoShip account, which can be, you can change the date. You could set it up to come every month or every other month, every 3 months, or even every 6 months. Even if you're looking to get your water filters, you can, or shower filters, you can preset that up so it happens every 6 months. Now on our nutrition line, you actually get an extra 25% off if you are on AutoShip. So whoever invited you, they can help you get the best, whatever is best for you. There is no stress here. It is easy breezy, lemon squeezy. And our nutrition line, it encompasses everything from the Ciaga, which 1 ounce a day really helps keep you healthy. It tastes good, and it's a way to start your day and start your nutritional program. We also have bioreplenishment for bones and joints, and also the gastrointestinal tract. This is a whole different category. It is not a supplement. It is bioreplenishment. You're going to want to find out more about that. Wow, that osteodense really helps. And we even have the medical studies that show that it helps even with inflammation in addition to bone density. And you know, when you look at what it does, it's helping to replenish bones, but you know what? It's helping to replenish organs, which in the scheme of things is even more important than bones. Environment. So we need water, we need air, we need light. Let's start off with water. As I said, we're 75% water. Your brain is actually supposed to be 90% water. And there's a lot of water out there that our bodies just don't know what to do with, or as we said, like the bottled water can have 24,000 chemicals in it. Nikken, once again, is just mimicking Mother Nature's mountain stream. You know, so how that water is coming down the mountain stream, it's picking up the minerals from the mineral bed, the sunlight is hitting it. It goes over a waterfall that breaks up the water clusters, so it's teeny tiny and oxygenated. It truly is the water of life. And that's what our waterfall does in one amazing filter. So it takes out all the bad stuff, so you're not worrying about anything that might be in the water supply, but it does not leave it as dead, stripped water. It actually adds back the life, the minerals, the oxygenation. It reduces ORP, if you know what that is. And it has a very small footprint. It's only about 7 inches by 9 inches is the footprint. So it fits just about on anybody's counter or a little table. And you just pour tap water in it that you already have. And you come out with Pymag Super Alkaline is the water of life. It's so amazing. But we don't stop there because people don't realize that the skin is the largest organ of the body. So you take a shower, you're showering in that tap water. And you pick up more contaminants from one 15-minute shower than you would from drinking 30 days of tap water. So another simple solution, we just put the shower filter up. Once again, taking out the bad stuff and adding back the minerals. And externally, we need our body, you know, that water to be slightly acid. So they have thought about that. If you want better, healthier hair, you'll notice a difference in your first shower. It's just outstanding. Air. Sometimes and oftentimes indoor air can be more toxic than outdoor air, which is just outrageous. So this is another simple solution. The Air Wellness, it is actually ULPA filtration, which is beyond HEPA filter. So it is cleaning 99.9998% of anything that you're breathing inside. So even if you have allergies, somebody in your house has allergies to cats or dogs or whatever else, mold could be in that house. Anything they're breathing, it's cleaning. And I myself have 2 cats, and a lot of people come to my house that have cat allergies and they do not have a reaction, which just blows them away. Simple. You can put it in your bedroom. It helps you sleep better. It's adding negative ions, but no ozone. So it's totally safe. Everything Nikken does has only good benefits. There are no negative effects. We don't deal with negatives here. It's only positive. Full spectrum light. Here in Florida, we get lots of full spectrum light. Yesterday, I was somewhere where I was inside about 8 hours yesterday, and I came outside like, oh, the sun. you know what, to have a full spectrum light in that type of environment, it actually keeps you happier. It's easier to read. It's uplifting and helps people that might have the seasonal affective disorder. They've seen people have better success when they're studying and taking tests. So even having one in a classroom where your children go to school could be vitally important. So that's environment. And let's just move on to rest and relaxation. And this is actually where my Nikken journey began. I'm somebody that really struggled with horrible, debilitating headaches. Actually, I kept going because that's the only way I knew life to be. But I was on a quest to not live with daily agony. I went through 17 different types of doctors that did not have a solution for me. I was introduced to a woman, her name is Barbara Bertucci, and she asked me a simple question: how would you like to prevent the headaches? I said, yes. Do you know how? She said, well, it worked for me and my bad back issue that I've had for 4 years. It's worked on 30 million other people. Why not work for you? You need a sleep system. It's the only place your body repairs. So our sleep system, the Nature Rest sleep system, actually has all of the components that we are designed to get in nature. The magnetism of the earth, the benefits of the sun, which is called far infrared, the benefits of the ocean or a waterfall or a forest, which is called negative ions. So they made it very user-friendly. It's all incorporated in a mattress topper you put on your bed, a comforter that you sleep under, and a pillow that you put behind your neck that is just, oh, they just updated it. It's so awesome. You can actually just pull it around your neck and just get it right for somebody like me that had a neck issue. I love the pillow. But the comforter regulates your temperature so you're not hot or cold. So say your spouse is somebody that gets hot at night and you're somebody that gets cold. Usually within just a matter of a few minutes, you're both comfortable under this comforter, because if you're hot or cold and flipping that comforter back and forth, it's waking you up. You're not in deep sleep. We have the magnetics that are both in the comforter, the pillow, and the mattress topper. And that is just designed to help your body be in that environment it's designed to live on here on the planet Earth, but we don't get it inside in houses. So I am so grateful that Nikken put this all into user-friendly products. We even have the insoles you just put in your shoes, all that technology, you just put it in your shoe, change it from your shoe today, every day, and it has the those nerve endings in your feet, so it ties to all the other parts of your body. So what a simple solution to have your daytime product right there. And then we have different energy products for whatever part of the body might need more assistance. I have a wrist issue, so I wear a bracelet. I have a neck issue, so I wear a necklace. It prevents me from having those issues, or it greatly reduces it. Depends on you. Just yesterday, I got a new product testimony. Nikken came out with dynamic underlayer tape that we call duct tape. And you just cut it with a pair of scissors. And I've put it on my neck. I've actually put it on my elbow or my wrist. I even put it on my leg when I pulled a muscle in my leg. But yesterday, I had 2 mosquito bites. And I had the duct tape. I cut off just a little piece, put it over that mosquito bite. I didn't think about that mosquito bite for the next 10 hours at all. So this stuff is amazing that you can just use it anywhere, but they keep coming up with amazing cutting edge technologies. Wow, that we wouldn't even think about. So this is not just kinesio tape. It has the far infrared and the native ion technology built into it. And it is just so awesome. Everybody loves it. So I have a couple friends that I invited to be on today, and I would like them to unmute themselves. Let's see, who do we have? Do we have Patty Bach on?
Hello.
Hello, Patty.
Yes.
Oh, I would love, you have a great story about a young man that was really having some challenges. Would you mind sharing what experiences you had and what you suggested to help him?
Absolutely, Linda. Thanks for having me on today. My name is Patty Bach. I live in Cape Vincent, New York, which is up on the Canadian border. You can see we are not warm here today. When I was introduced to Nikken and I started helping people sharing these technologies, oh gosh, it was probably 15 years ago. I met a gentleman that he asked me what I did, and I told him that I'm a wellness consultant for a company out of Japan, deal in health and wellness technologies that balance the body. And he said, my son has a challenge. His name is Lucas. And do you think it would help him? And I said, well, what is his challenge? And he said, well, he has what they call sensory integration. And what sensory integration is, for those that don't know it, is that's where think of your brain as a funnel, and the information comes in and it gets stuck in downspout of the funnel. So he would be told 2 or 3 things to do, especially at school. He had a lot of challenges focusing, and he couldn't retain really. He could do the first thing, the second thing he might get halfway through and forget what he was supposed to do for the third thing. So it was posing a challenge at school. The parents were both struggling with keeping him in the mainstream school. They wanted to pull him out and put him in special ed classes. And so we put him on the sleep system with permission from the mom. We put him on the sleep system, the necklace, the insoles, and the mental clarity. And within 1 week, Lucas's mom called, and it was pretty interesting, fun conversation. She said to her ex-husband, she said, I don't know who this girl is or what this stuff is, but Lucas is able to do his homework every night by himself. There's no crying. He's getting up in the morning. He's really not having any struggles at all. The school has called and said that he's doing wonderful. This was a young man, if I could just go a little bit further, Linda, that was told that he would never go to college. He would be lucky actually to get through high school. He was 11 when I met him. He is now 26 years old. He is going to college to be a nurse. He loves people. He loves helping people. He still uses all the Nikken technologies today. And I usually see him once or twice a year, and he comes in and gives me a big hug. And it's been a great connection, and it was very exciting to be able to help him with his life, at 11 years old up to today.
Wow, life changing, changed his whole future. So how great did it make you feel to be able to gift him that?
Oh, it's a blessing, Linda, that every time I see him, it just puts a big smile on my face. And he's just a wonderful, wonderful young man. And he's so kind-hearted, gifted, and talented. And, because he didn't really fit in the system, and it's not, nothing against teachers or to somebody on an education system, but it's just that he just wasn't fitting into that, lineup that they wanted to fit into. So this helped him tremendously. It was truly a gift as much for me as for him.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing, Patty.
You're welcome.
And now another one of your friends that you introduced me to, Heather Laux. Heather, are you on? I see she's unmuted. Heather? Let's see. Not hearing you. Did I have one more person I invited to be on to help share a story today?
This is Esther Fairbanks. I'm on.
Oh, there you are, Esther. Hi.
Hi. I wanted to share an experience that my husband had to start out with. My husband and I are 14 years difference in age, and he has a very physical job. He works for a railroad, and he has to climb in and out of locomotives all day. They're really steep metal steps. And he's in his early 50s, and he was developing osteoarthritis in his left knee. And it would not be exciting to see him suffering and pain when he would come home. And maybe once or twice a week he would, or every 2 weeks, he would tell me, I'm sorry, I can't do anything this evening. I need to rest my knee. And so he would sit the whole evening trying to rest up from all the inflammation and pain in his knee. And we went to the sports medicine doctor. I went with him. He was being treated with cortisone shots. And there was a discussion about when it wears out enough for there to be a knee replacement, which is not an exciting conversation to overhear when you're in your 30s. And my husband's always been very athletic. So when we were introduced to Nikken, the first thing we decided to try was the insoles. And to our delight, within about 4 days, the pain in his knee disappeared. So we were so delighted for him to be able to move around and do his work without pain. He was telling me, he does still hear the like snap, crackle, pop kind of thing going on. So just within the last month, he started taking the OsteoDenks, and he's noticing, especially with his fingers where he was having swelling and he would have the ring finger would stick where he couldn't move one of the joints. The arthritis in his fingers is now diminishing, so he has free movement with his hands, and he's delighted, and so am I. So that's been an exciting experience, and no more cortisone shots and no more discussion about a knee replacement at all. It's like I have a younger husband, and I love it.
How about that? Anti-aging and reverse aging. I love it. Thank you for sharing, Esther. That's really great. You know, we don't make any product tests. We don't make any medical claims. These are just personal experiences people have had, and we keep just using the products. And like I said, they have good effects and more bonus effects. It just keeps getting better and better. So I'd like to invite for you to, discover it for yourself. Everybody that was speaking earlier, we discovered it and now we're living it, and we can't help sharing it. I remember one day I was walking down the street and I saw this young man on crutches, just really struggling to walk. And I remember having a thought, oh, do I share? Do I not share? And I just had, what right do I have to keep this to myself? Because if somebody hadn't shared with me, I would still be on that quest to overcoming those 22 years of agony. And I can tell you the last 20 years that I've been feeling great and using Nikken products every day has been such a gift. And I choose this life over the past life. So we invite you to join us on this self-care quest and become a customer. You just tell the person that invited you, hey, I want my free customer account, as my friend Gary Linder calls it. It becomes your self-care portal to Nikken. So you can go and check everything out, ask more questions, discover what you really love, and share it with other people, because this is a mission we are on. Because it is so much more fun to feel good, to have lots of energy, to enjoy life, to be happy, and like Patty Bach, sharing with a teenager that was told he had no chance of going to college, and wow, changing his whole destiny. That is exciting. So thank you for your time and your attention, and join us on this wonderful adventure of Nikken. Now, we do have another product showcase today. Actually, a good friend of mine, Charlie LeMay, is going to be doing that product showcase at 6:30 today. He has an amazing story that started with getting banged on the head and having a stroke a week later. And he was a good student of asking for help and what to do. And he bounced back quite rapidly, blew his doctors away. So come back and listen to his story at 6:30 today. So thank you once again. And the more you learn, the more you discover, the happier you become. So thank you.
Thank you, Linda.
My pleasure.
Great job.
Thanks, Linda.